Hello everyone, WX Ninja here with your daily weather update. Remember, if you want to get these updates, just subscribe, click the bell icon, you'll get notified as soon as I make a video. One thing before we look at our weather I want to talk about is Venice. 85% of Venice is underwater right now. Some areas have up to 6 feet of water. So major flood going on there. The tide just rose and water came pouring in. They're worried about some art, some different buildings and things, so bad situation there. Back home here in the U.S., you can see it's pretty cold through a large part of the country. That front digging on down. Got some snow back into Iowa and Illinois, Great Lakes region. A little bit of rain down in Houston area. And some rain over in Billings there. A little bit warmer up here than it has been. So let's take a look at, as this refreshes, colder temperatures up here, UP of Michigan, just like where you'd expect. Let's take a look at the snowfall. So here it is today. You see the snow in the area we just talked about. So we go forward in time, 48 hours, quiets down snow-wise. Go out to Saturday, you see a system approaching on the west here, some snow in the higher areas of Idaho, it looks like, and then some snow in the New England states. The system digs down into the Four Corners region with some snow. Looks like probably 3 to 6 inches for Sunday. That kind of dissipates. See a little bit of snow up in Montana, some around Minnesota, Wisconsin area. So we go forward into next Tuesday. Looks pretty quiet. Overall snow, just some scattered snow showers here and there. As we go forward in time, you see Idaho, Montana gets another shot of snow. Maybe in the Cascades, parts of Nevada and California get in on the snow. Swings off to the southeast here. There's some snow probably in the higher hills. It looks like a bigger system coming from North Dakota. Probably up to 6 inches plus in some areas there. It's a pretty big system. Again, this is for the 21st, so we're a ways out in time. That kind of moves off to the north and east with some lingering snow behind it. And then out here, the Four Corners region, we're going to see some heavier snows, it looks like. See some 7 inches there, so we'll have to see if this develops or not. That kind of dies down but scoots off to the east with a little bit of snow, and then you see some snow kind of approaching the west coast a little bit there into Idaho. That's going to dig down even further south, more snow in the Cascades and into the Four Corners region again. This system here just kind of dies out. More widespread snow event, but again, it looks like higher elevations out here west here. And as we move off further, it tries to expand, pushes off further west into the central part of the U.S. almost, and then snow showers behind it for the Cascades. Again, this is so far out in time, this could be wrong. You see the same kind of deal there into Montana or Dakotas as well. Just like to look at the patterns here to see if this is going to hold up, keeping the snow in pretty much the same places. And it tries to scoot off east a little bit. All right, let's look at the actual forecast model. This is the GFS model, the American model. You can see what's going on. You have the snow up here, front kind of digging down. Some Arctic air there that pushes off to the east. It's pretty quiet overall going into Thursday and Friday. A little bit of Great Lakes snow. See a system approaching the west, and you see a little bit of rain down here in the south. Continues, gets into Georgia and Florida. The Carolinas, the west coast is getting ready to be impacted by some rain. Got low pressure forming, so we've seen this couple model runs in a row now. Some heavier rain down here. Scoots up the west or the east coast there. Gets into the Carolinas. Pretty strong low. Headed off to the north and east, so wind and rain probably. Pretty rainy Friday for the west coast there. Continues to move off to the north and east, has it weakening just a little bit. Scoots up there, goes off the coast, starts to clear out a little bit here with some leftover rain showers, a little bit of snow into parts of Montana and Idaho. Let's go into Saturday. Another low forms behind the first one. This first one dies out and the second one maybe absorbs the low. We'll have to see how that works out, but windy and rainy there on the coast. Kind of sticks around. See, this tries to push off to the east there. This low is moving off to the east, but it is strengthening. A little bit of rain and snow there on Vancouver Island. Windy weekend on the coast still. A little bit of a system here digging down to the Four Corners region. That's staying off up into BC. Tries to scoots into this towards Seattle. Not quite there yet. A little bit of lingering snow here in Four Corner region and up north, of course. Windy, windy, windy still. Here off the East Coast for Sunday. Rain pushes into Seattle area and parts of Idaho. Dies down. That low goes off the coast. Gets quiet overall. Some rain into Texas. See that low continue to shoot off. Gets pretty quiet overall. Doesn't see anything real cold coming. For Monday, looks like we kind of just average out on temperatures. A little colder to the north, a little warmer to the south. Some rain on the west coast. Nothing too unusual there. You see the low moving on in. We'll see where that goes. This brings some snow showers behind it as the colder air digs. Rain becomes more widespread on the west coast there. Another low develops off the Florida coast. Looks like it's staying off the coast, not as strong. Shoots right up the coast, so it looks like it's a fast mover. This is probably going to be some mountain snow out west here. That continues. Slow digs down, maybe allowing a little bit of colder air. Not too cold, but a little bit of colder. Instead of the above average temperatures we've been seeing out west. Some snow into Idaho, Montana. Some rain over the Great Lakes region and the low off the east coast. That kind of all moves off to the east. A little bit more organized snowstorm here for North Dakota that we were talking about earlier. Here it is on the actual map. Looks like it's kind of connected to the frontal boundary. And you got that low digging and kind of just staying right there. Again, continues into November 21st, which is a Thursday. This big low moves off the east coast. Looks like that thing kind of slows down and could see some wind and rain on Thursday, November 21st for the east coast there. Maybe some snow in the higher hills. That's a pretty strong low, so I would say wind 979. That's pretty strong. Going to be some wind there if this holds up. See the low in the Four Corner region, probably giving mountain snow. A little bit of snow up into Minnesota. Rain tries to approach the west coast. Looks like it dies out. This low connects up here. This moves off to the east. A little bit of ice maybe. We'll see if that holds true. See the snow showers on the backside of this low way down south there. Rain moves into Oregon and Washington. Maybe a little bit of an ice event. We'll have to see. Again, this is way out in time. Rain moves across the eastern 2/3 of the country. And rain moves on into the west coast. Everything just continues to move off to the east. Kind of windy in through here. We'll have to see how that develops. Tries to bring some snow into the mountainous areas. And pretty strong low moves over to Vancouver Island. 984 millibars. Be windy along the west coast here. And rainy. Looks like some mountain snow. Again, this is pretty far out in time, but we're just looking for patterns. See this all develop into the west. Move out to the east there. Goes across the country. Pretty strong low. Snow behind it. Another big rainmaker coming into Oregon, California, and Washington. We'll have to see how that low sets up. That's pretty strong. This one's pretty strong. Again, this is so far out in time, though, that we'll have to see. Pretty big system. Snow and ice maker. Rain and snow in the mountains out west here. See California getting in on some action. That pretty much killed a wildfire threat there in the northern part of California. This front just moves off through the country to the east, all the way to the east coast. Another low comes on to the west coast. And things just kind of die down. All right, let's look at your temperature departure from average here. This is what we're seeing right now. You see the cold west coast up north a little bit, down the south, and then warm on the west. So move into Thursday. The cold kind of sticks around for the eastern 2/3 of the country, warmer out west. Cold kind of dissipates. You see another shot here off to the north. That's going to just get to the New England states there, it looks like, maybe a little bit further south. So we had the warm here, and then it kind of backs off. Get a little cold pool. Warm, though. Warm out west, warm to the north. And that warm kind of sinks off to the south. Nothing too crazy departure from average cold-wise, but pretty warm out west. See more warming there, warm in the central part of the country. Warmer than average. I don't want you to think it's going to be 80 degrees. Cold kind of develops and goes all the way down south to Oklahoma and Texas. We've seen this a few times already this year. And the warm just sticks around out west, cool in the east. Same kind of deal. So the pattern's kind of continuing. It's just that warm weather out west, or warmer than average. You know, mountain snow is lacking out west. Ski seasons aren't off to a great start there, but cooler than average in the east. That's kind of been the theme so far this mid to late fall. So we'll have to see if that continues into the winter. All right, WX Ninja, thanks for stopping by. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you next time.